1, 2, 1, 2, 3. At school, a friend of mine I haven't seen for a long time turned up with his alto sax and suddenly started playing jazz, and I couldn't believe what I'd heard. I mean, he wasn't that great, but he had something. So then I started listening to the radio. There was a program on UK radio by Humphrey Littleton, a trumpet player, every Sunday. I just learned everything about jazz from that bunch. I ended up doing a gig with him actually about 15, 20 years ago. He's a lovely man. He's dead now, but he was on BBC Radio a lot.
I took up the piano when I was about 17. I started off on the violin and played a lot of violin until the age of 40. I'm 60 years old now. And I took up the piano when I was about 17. I was inspired initially by people like Oscar Peterson, who got a ridiculous command of the instrument, a great groove. He was an inspiration.
Probably the musician I keep coming back to is Miles Davis, mostly for the sorts of bands he always put together around him. His ability to just reinvent himself musically throughout his entire career, I kind of keep coming back to that.
Here's a little French tune we gonna swing for you, called C'est si bon.
Louis Armstrong, he virtually invented it really. I mean, up until Louis, jazz was, improvisation wasn't that big, it was more collective stuff. He turned it into a soloist's art, and through his personality, through his unbelievable musicality, I mean, he invented playing a whole new way of playing, phrasing, everything.
I would say jazz is now, it's becoming more popular again. It wasn't terribly popular when I was a kid. It had fallen out of favour, but now jazz, I think, is being discovered by young people again. They're going to see jazz musicians, to listen to them. And I think it's having more influence on younger musicians of all genres coming up. I hope so, because I think there's a great future for jazz, and I think it has a great part to play.
You know, you can definitely see in the jazz world there is a problem that there's a lot of men, you know, kind of, and these days, you know, you see more and more kind of female sax players, musicians just coming in, and you know, that's definitely one way you can see kind of the jazz scene trying to incorporate issues that, you know, around at the moment.
I suppose one thing which has happened over time is that different kinds of music have been incorporated into the world of jazz, whether it's Latin, African, folk.
I think the real impact jazz had was probably in the generation before me, you know, the sort of as a liberating music, as a music expressing freedom.
I think with jazz you've got to play for the music and not for yourself. And you have to be aware of the tradition when you're playing it. Like with some of the stuff that we're doing, you know, this was originally recorded by masters, absolute masters of the instrument. And you just have to try and stay true to that, try and bring your own complexion to it, but treat it with great respect.